What's up, everybody? Joe here from Podcast Rock City. Part 2 is over. I'm anticipating a shitstorm over how easily they had no problem at the end of saying, hey, Peter and Ace didn't finish because of Peter and Ace. That's the feeling I got. I'm wondering what you guys think. I'm going to post your comments up here. I missed this last night, but night one was killer. Loved it. Bobby, thank you for coming. What a great show tonight. Part 2 rocked. Yeah, baby. So much rare footage. Hope night 2 delivers. It did seem to be quite a bit of stuff that I, once again, not going to lie, part 2 almost made me tear up. I'm glad I'm going to see them again in August. I'll be going in September. I'm very excited. Let's talk about a couple of things. First of all, the way they brought Eric in, I thought was pretty good. I'm not sure. Do you guys feel like they talked about him enough? Do you feel like I thought Paul's perspective of how well a show will go based on his makeup was pretty cool? Do you every moment of this Psycho Circus era is so fucking hard to watch. Dishonest BS and an awful album out of it. Not everybody is thrilled with 100% of anything, really. It's really one of those tough things to deal with. Do you guys feel like they gave Eric enough time? Do you think that they... so Red says not enough time. I kind of agree. I hope there would have been a little bit more. I'd hope that there would be a little bit more, but they at least talked about how wonderful he was and how he reinvigorated the band, how he was the reason why Kiss all of a sudden had life back in. I think the only missing Eric content was the era in between Unmasked and The Elder, the Australian and Palladium. Hey, at the end, they showed Eric looking... I don't know why I just looked at my TV. They showed Eric looking at the camera, and it looked like he was wearing the makeup from the Palladium, which because I think he only wore that one time. You guys out there will know if that's true or not. Hold on, sorry. I was so into that documentary that I barely I forgot to drink my drinks. More Fox and more Guitar Wizard. They did talk about Vinny quite a bit. I was surprised by that, but not surprised by that. He had a short time in the band, so it should have been a short time, obviously, that they talked about him. But, Was Asylum even mentioned, or the tour? They showed a little bit of Asylum stuff. Uh, they didn't really mention the tour or the fact that, at least for me, Tommy's band opened for that here in Atlanta. Let's see. Part two had too much packed in. Not enough Bruce and Eric, and Vinny fans are disappointed, I'm sure. I think they treated Vinny and Mark pretty fairly as well. Yeah, obviously they had to get to the end, so they couldn't talk about Mark too much. Um, Decibel Geek TV says the Eric Carr situation was handled well overall. I thought for us this should have been a week-long theory series. Agree. It could have been a month, really. It wouldn't have been enough. They did play part of the Tears Are Falling video. The Vinny segment was fair, but Vinny was a Richard Cranium. They didn't even go in. They didn't go into the whole thing of him not signing a contract and all that. They just did. They didn't really talk about that. And they didn't even talk about how they went to Australia. They didn't talk about Sonic Boom or Monster, but maybe they figured people don't want to hear that. Which is true. 6 to 8 hours for sure, Jeff Trott says. No Bob Kulick. Unfortunately, I'm thinking... Oh, I mean, Bob wasn't passed when they did this, right? No, I don't think so. Bruce was in it a little bit, probably should have been a little more. It was a little weird that they had Bruce shit on Ace a little bit. It was a little bit weird, but look, one thing that we learned truthfully in the end was that Peter and Ace they got back in the band and they were cruising right along, and then it went down. And there's books written by people talking about it. I have to just say, overall, I was excited. Overall, I'm happy with the documentary. Every member at some point said I had problems. Even though Paul's were emotional, Gene's were Gene's were ego driven, Paul's was emotionally driven, Ace was drugs, Peter was drugs. The fact Dave Grohl did get more screen time than Bruce. That is not a lie. That is kind of shitty. Watching on my 55-inch TV, Joe, your head is huge. What about this? No, I'm kidding. That was a joke. Okay. So, you guys, thank you. Look, it's late. Thank you guys for joining me. There's a lot going on with this. Now that this is all over, do you think it's possible that they're going to release that? I pointed at my TV and looked at it again as a DVD and throw in like 2 hours more footage or behind the scenes. Is that something you'd be interested in? Would you buy that? I can only imagine how much was cut out. Look, there it is. If you're ever edited video, hey, you get Tuck Watts edits video. That's true. There had to have been a lot of stuff cut out, right? If they cut Kissology 4 will just be this and Dubai, you think? I don't know about all that. It would, man. I'm still waiting on the. I'm still waiting on the Detroit Alive show, man. There's another Take My Money. Dave Grohl did a good job explaining why Ace left originally. And look, the truth, for me, I think that I was more heartbroken about the fact that Ace and Peter, but look, they used their words. They didn't say Ace said this, Peter said that. They played them. We heard them. And the thing that shocked me was the interview with Ace where he said, my limo was late. I was probably late getting packed. Then by the time I got to the airport, the plane was late, gone, blah, blah, blah. And if you believe that, then I have, what did he say? Beachfront property and, you know, that was very telling to me. It was almost like he was admitting he screwed up. Kiss could package Kiss dog poop and we'd buy it. The truth is, they have. No, I'm kidding. They did package air guitar strings. How many of you guys own those? I actually don't. You guys are all saying hey to me. Hey back. I can't see who you are unless you give permission for us to see your name. So you got to do that. I need to be educated. Why is Dave Grohl in the Kiss discussion? Besides the fact he's an awesome musician. Dana, he was all through the documentary. And he's a huge Kiss fan. And he worships the ground Paul Stanley walks on. We all know that. This was very well done. I liked it way more than I thought I might going in. I think Paul and Gene were super fair. I think they were very candid. It was nice. Paul's bare feet. That was pretty strange. No kidding. The Brooklyn Bridge they didn't talk about. They could have talked about that. Kiss my ass toilet paper would go with the poop. I'm sorry, but I think they already have Kiss Hello Kitty toilet paper, and don't they have like a Gene one? And I really like the giving credits to Sean Delaney. Yes. He's saying, I guess he's talking about Dave Grohl there. Weasels his way into every documentary and wouldn't have career without Kiss. In the end, I had a good time watching this. I did 4 hours on the phone with my girlfriend, Karen. Every commercial, she asked me the same thing. Hey, what do you think so far? And every commercial, I thought it was great. This question right here. How much of this did Ace and Peter not endorse, you think? All of it. Every bit of it. They said they didn't want anything to do with it, and they didn't endorse it. But I'll bet your ass they were home watching, throwing things at the TV, and Peter might have even shot the TV. I'm guessing. In my opinion, that's what I believe. Documentary, I like Paul and Dave Grohl. I'm sure a certain someone will have it for sale by tomorrow. Paul talked about his ear more than the girl bashing the iPad commercial. I actually almost had a drinking game with that one, and I'm glad I didn't because I never saw it tonight. I just kept seeing the commercial where the girl dressed like she was in medieval times. It was great seeing J.R. Smalling on. I wish they would have talked a bit more about him. No. Yeah, they mentioned the crew only in that they pulled a knife on. Okay, I'll hear you. Don't worry, I'll hear everybody's story. Big John Hart, they only showed him a couple of times. They didn't really talk about him. But, I guess, oh, God, it's Kevin. See how it says mudslide? I know that's Kevin because I can't drink. And Kevin gave me a mudslide in Las Vegas, and I was tore up. Son of a bitch. A lot of chicken commercials tonight. There was. Anybody notice that before they even really bit into the chicken, they were like, best damn chicken sandwich I ever had. All right, I'm sorry. But that bothered me. They're like, oh my God, it's chicken. I'm like, you haven't even had a chance for the flavor to go to your brain. Anyway. Okay, couple more questions for you guys. Joseph Kiss Sr. was not even mentioned. So true. They even have a painting of him. How this could have happened, I have no idea. Okay, here's some more questions. Do you think that it's possible that Peter and Ace are sitting at home right now going, I should have said some shit. I should have been part of this. What do you guys think? Had Ace and Peter been part of it, do you think it would have been just miserable because it would have been Paul and Gene suck, Ace and Peter suck, Paul and Gene suck, Ace and Peter suck. For like 4 hours, we would have turned that shit off. We would have turned it off if it would have just been, I thought I was treated bad. Yeah, I was treated bad. Oh, those guys were irresponsible. Blah, 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 blah. We wouldn't have watched, right? We would have. But do you think that they bashed Peter more than Ace because they're still hoping that he'll show up for a show or two? Nope. Straight out of it. They did the right thing. I think Ace and Peter in the end took the high road not being in it. Did they take the high road, or did they take the road of, I'm not going to do it unless you pay me? That's the difference. If they weren't going to be able to tell their sides, then no way. In hindsight, it looks like A&E treated this professionally enough where they wouldn't have made the four of them into a drama fest. Agree. Paul and Gene live inside their heads. They will never get past getting less money, not that they deserved equal pay. I agree with the unequal pay thing. It's just like, yes, we created this together. You left, or we fired you. We kept it going. You want to come back. We want you to come back. They truthfully probably could have said, I'm just not going to do the reunion. They didn't mention Matt Porter from the Kiss Room. I know. How in the world is that possible? Gene and Paul would have censored what Ace and Peter had to say. Okay, probably if the money was right, they would have been a part of it. So some of you agree. It's money. Some of you guys think that it's the high road. I just don't want to be part of this. I don't agree with that. I think that it was money. It was well made. It was more honest than I expected. The Matt Porter. Put them all in a room together and have them watch Kiss Meets the Phantom and make a commentary track. Give them all the same money to do it. I agree. I think that would be a lot of fun. Okay, so in the end, give me a rating. 1 out of 5 stars. Let's see them right down there in the corner. 1 out of 5 stars. I'm very curious to see what the average is. Me, I'm going to give it, truthfully, God bless, 4 stars for me. 4, 4, 5, 4, 3 stars, 4 stars, 5 stars, 4 stars. Thank you, Karen G. 3 stars, 5, 3, 4, 4. So it averages about 4. 4.5 from Matt. Nice. Copycat. I thought part 2 was better than part 1. Part 1, 5 stars. Part 2, 2 stars. So 4 stars is about the average. So, obviously, this will be out on video, like you guys said, tomorrow. I'd like to watch it without the commercials. Again, obviously, when we do Podcast Rock City, I don't think we're going to get together this Sunday. It's the 4th of July. So the next week, we will have all sat down and watched it. And we'll really break this down and talk about what's missing, what was cool, what wasn't cool, how we felt about how they treated Peter and Ace, how we felt about how they treated Eric and Bruce. Tommy finally got to say something about, I was standing on stage and I was like, I mean, he said everything but, holy shit, I'm on stage with Kiss. That's what he meant. You know that's what he meant. The average is 4 stars. So we all agree that it was fun. We all agree that it was good. We all agree that we're probably missing a few things here and there, you know? But they can't stick 4 hours with all those damn commercials. There were a lot of commercials. 4 hours is a lot of time, but when you take out the commercials or put in the commercials, it's a lot less time. And of course, they have to pay the bills. And of course, they knew that there would be tons and tons of people watching this documentary to the point where they could sell time on it, you know, and the more time they could sell, the more money they're going to make, where we have to wait for the unedited, nothing cut out of it video, and I bet it comes soon. All right, so let's see if there's any more comments in here before I go. 4 out of 5 was shocked at how much info they packed in part 2 without feeling rushed. 1 star lost just to nitpicky nerd shit. I thought part 2 was better than part 1. Part 1, 5 stars. Thanks, Joe. Having a great night. Later, Matt. Let's see. Yeah, just like the Super Bowl. The more commercials they can sell, the better. All right, so you guys have a great 4th of July. I enjoyed spending this time with you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed spending it with me. Next Sunday, do this again with us. 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Hang out with us. Talk about what's going on in Kiss world. By then, there'll be a ton of news. Kiss is my friend Chris works for a big ticket company, and he said he's been setting up all the Kiss shows. So they're going back out on the road as far as they know, at least. They're so got your fingers crossed. I see that, and hopefully, see you in Nashville, Bobby. We'll make sure we have a drink. I'll have a mudslide with you and Kevin. So Kiss is going back out on the road. We're excited about that. Podcast Rock City. Don't forget, we're here Wednesday night, not tomorrow night. Wednesday nights and Sunday evenings. And you can join us every week. Have some fun for an hour. Talk Kiss with us. Talk about your favorite band. And if you haven't yet, go to our YouTube page and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Please. We're up to about 325 subscribers. It would be great by the end of the year to be to 500. If you guys could tell people about us, that would be great. I love you guys. I really do. I can't wait to see you guys. There's a lot happening, a lot coming up, and we'll see you guys, later in 3, 2, 1.